Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so sorry that I've been gone for so long. Um, I disappeared for a while and just, I don't really know why. I feel like, well, I do know why. A couple of things have been going on. Number one, it's like right here in the corner. Let's see if I can try to get her a little bit better. There we go. Number one, I've been sick, as you guys can hear my voice. It's still kind of lingering, but I've been sick for a while. And then number two, spring break was a few weeks ago. And so my brother was here full time during spring break. And I don't really like filming when people are here. I think it's kind of awkward. Number three, I've also been just kind of like in a hole with like what to film because you guys know that I'm a stay-at-home mom. So really, me and Zendaya did the same exact routine every single day, just sitting home. And most of the time, her dad has my car because he takes it to work. So it's like I've just been like kind of stuck with what to film because I do the same thing every day. So it's like all the videos that I can actually like film right now are just like sit down videos. And there's only so many things I can sit down and talk about constantly. So like I've just been so like lost in what to do, and I also don't really know if people watching me watch me for Zendaya, they watch me for my teen mom, or if you guys watch me because of me. Like that's just kind of also been difficult because like I can film videos about me also, but I don't know if that's what people want to see. So I've just been kind of like in a hole with what to film, when to film, and like my sicknesses and everything. So yeah, I I will say that like I like turn on the camera to record so many times, and like I don't end up keeping up with it. Like I'll record in the morning, but then I won't record again to like follow up. So I have like a whole bunch of random clips on my phone. If you guys want to see like a compilation of just like random days, random clips of where I thought I was gonna film a video and like didn't, like if you guys want to see a compilation of just a whole bunch of random clips of me and Zendaya, then let me know and I can put together like that video. It'll be pretty long because I have so many clips. But if you guys want to see like a compilation of like random days of me and Zendaya, then I will do that. It's just been like really confusing like what to film and like how to film it because I don't really do much. So let me know what you guys want to see and I will start doing that. But like just keep in mind the fact that I don't have a car most of the time and I'm by myself with her most of the time, so a lot of things are just I can't do. I do plan on doing a boyfriend tag and like introducing her dad to the channel. But like I said, he's at work a lot or he's out doing other things, so I haven't really sat him down and do that either. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. That's just what's been going on recently in my life over here. I keep looking at myself. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm going to try to film, well, this video is obviously, I just want to give a quick update, and then the rest of the video is going to be a Q&A, because I realized I've never done one of this before, which is like really weird. I feel like a Q&A is like the standard thing that you do when I didn't do one yet, so I just wanted to pop in and like explain why I've been gone for so long. I didn't just want to come up with a video, like not explain where I've been or what's been on my mind recently. So that's what's been going on and what's been on my mind. So yeah, the rest of this video is going to be a Q&A, and I will see you guys in that portion of the video in 1 second. Okay, so the first few questions I'm going to answer are going to be like basic mom tag questions, and the rest of them I'm going to answer be like questions that I actually been asked personally. So let's just get right to the video. I did move the angle a little bit so you guys can see a little bit more of my baby girl. But yeah, she's going to be back here playing with all the toys that I have down here for her. And hopefully she'll stay calm the whole time. But I'm sorry if I keep looking at myself. I'm trying to make sure the sun is not like making me look too bright. But anyway, first question is, what was the hardest thing about being pregnant for 9 months? I talked about this a little bit in my my 16/17 and pregnant video, if you guys want to get a little bit more in depth about this answer. But I think the hardest thing for me that was about being pregnant was the fact that I was in high school. I was in school for 6 months. 6 months of my pregnancy. I got pregnant in January, and then I got out of school in June. So I was pregnant for 6 months during high school, and I think that's the hardest thing for me was because, like, I was so angry. Like, my pregnancy was very anger-fueled. I don't know why. I was just very angry during my pregnancy about the world. And so I was like in my school's wellness center every single day, just like venting, crying. I was leaving school early every single day. My mom was always calling to get me dismissed early. So I think that was the hardest thing for me was like I was already going through so much mentally and emotionally with myself and with my relationship. And then being in school, having to deal with that, trying to focus, trying to pass the grade, Like I said, in the one star all day, the teachers judging me, like that was definitely very, very, very difficult for me because I felt like sometimes the teachers, my principal, saw it as an excuse to get out of class and saw it as an excuse to like act out, and it wasn't. Like I was genuinely like not okay most of the time. But that's all kind of the teachers and everything. Everybody saw it like that there. So that was definitely the hardest thing for me was being in school while being pregnant because of the fact that most people didn't really understand what I was going through. So that was the hardest thing for me. Can you think of any good things you enjoyed during those 9 months? I mean, 100%. It's a very beautiful process. Like the whole process of being pregnant is so beautiful to me. Like literally, you're carrying a whole human being. Like you're creating a life. And I think that's obvious, that's beautiful. And then feeling her kicks and her movements and everything, like just knowing that I was going to be able to hold her one day was so amazing. So of course, there's many amazing things about being pregnant. It's not all bad things. So yeah, I loved a lot of things about being pregnant. I'm sorry, this isn't the camera view. There we go. So yeah, you want to come with me? Sit down. Sit down. Here. Next question is, in your opinion, were all the things you heard about childbirth accurate or very off? For the most part, I would say they were accurate. The contractions hurt like hell. The epidural, the numbing stings, like everything was pretty accurate, I think, in my opinion. I vomited a lot. Once again, if you guys want to know more about this, I will link my 16/17 and pregnant story down below. But I threw up a lot, and I did not know that that was a normal thing to do during labor, but I did. So that's the only thing like I didn't really hear about that happened to me. But other than that, I think everything that you hear about childbirth is pretty accurate. Yeah. Would you have handled childbirth differently if you could redo it? I don't think so. I think I did everything pretty normally. Like during the contractions, I would obviously like say ow very loudly, but I don't think I could change that even if I wanted to. I feel like I handled things to the best of my ability. Yeah. What has been the hardest thing about being a mom? The hardest thing about being a mom. I think the hardest thing for me has just been like my own like insecurities about it, I guess. Like for example, like I think the hardest thing for me is like trying to realize that if I'm not okay, she's not okay. And like my nurse, like I have a home nurse who comes to visit us all the time, and like I use her like my therapist. Like she talks to us about a lot of things, and I feel like the hardest thing is like she's always said to me, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of your daughter. And whenever she, like I take everything she says like seriously, it means a lot to me what she says. But like that's the one thing she always said that I'm just kind of like, I will always take care of her, you know. But there's like little subtle things that I notice that I realize that if I'm not okay, I'm not 100% okay for her. And I think that's the hardest thing is like balancing my emotions and realizing that I had to get over things very quickly. Like when she was first born, when she was about a month and a half old, a lot of things started happening in my relationship and a lot of relationships that I was having, and they were like very horrible things that were happening. But it's like in order for her to be okay, I had to like snap through them very quickly to make sure she did not realize that I was upset. So I think the hardest thing is definitely having to process your emotions and process things that would stop you in your tracks without a baby. You get to process them like 10 times quicker so that your baby does not feel the vibe and the energy being off. So that's definitely very difficult. And then also, like, of course, I don't regret having her. I don't regret my life now. But sometimes I do get into these moods, like a lot of people do, where I'm just like, I wonder what life would be like if I was just a normal senior in high school. So I think those are two things that are really difficult for me and that I've been kind of battling with myself with since she was born. But, yeah. What was the most surprising thing you discovered about being a mom? So much of your personality changes being a mom. Like literally before I had her, I was the most impatient person ever. I'm not patient. I get frustrated very easily. I get annoyed very easily. And with her, it's like you can't. Like you can't get frustrated with a baby. You can't get annoyed with a baby. Like you can't like you have to be patient with baby. And I think that's the number one thing that surprised me is like I never thought I would be a patient person. But with her, you have to be. With a baby, you have to be. So definitely the most surprising thing that's kind of changed about me about being a mom, for sure. What is the best memory you have involving your child? My best memory with her is probably when she was about, I want to say maybe 2 to 5 months old. Around like 8 o'clock every night we would lay in bed together and just take pictures. If I can find some, I'll put some up on the screen. But like she would copy my exact facial expressions and like copy everything I did. Like I have so many pictures where she looks just like me because of the facial expressions we would make. That's definitely my favorite like memories with her. We used to do that every single night. Well, we do it. I still take pictures with her obviously, but that was like in our bedtime routine every single night was to lay down in bed and just take selfies together and try to get her to copy my face. That's definitely my favorite memories. We did that for like 3 months straight. I think that's definitely like one thing that I absolutely love doing with her. What is the worst thing your child has ever done? Well, because she's only 8 months old almost, she hasn't really done anything that bad. I feel like the worst thing she's ever done that I would have to say is pooping on the couch. Like she's had so many explosive diapers and it's so disgusting. It's nasty. It's disgusting. Um, do you share any similarities with your child, both physical and personality? Physical, she looks just like her dad, everybody says, and she definitely does. I think that the only thing physically that we share is our hair. The hair she has right now is the same exact hair I had. Our hair definitely matches. Other than that, I really don't think she looks anything like me. Oh, her eyelashes. I definitely say her eyelashes are mine. Personality-wise, I think she's just like me. I think she's gonna be just like me personality-wise. She's like very like fidgety. She has to, like that's like a baby thing though. Like this right here, that's me. I think her personality is 100% me, and then her looks are 100% her dad. So definitely, she has a lot of similarities with me. Where would you like your child to be in 10 years? Well, in 10 years she'd only be almost 11. But 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 100 years, I hope she's happy. You know, I think that I just want her to be happy. You know, that sounds really cliche and really like stereotypical, but that's honestly what I want for her. I want her to know, like, I don't want her to be one of those kids that does something bad or something happens and she's like, oh my god, I can't call my mom. Like, what is she gonna say? Like, I want her to be one of the kids that something bad happens and the first thing that comes to her mind is I need to call my mom. Like, I want her to be happy. I want her to know she can come to me with anything and she won't be judged. I mean, of course, she's gonna disappoint me. Every child disappoints their parents at some point. But I just want her to know that overall, I'm always going to be on her side, and I just want her to be happy. Whether that's in 10 years, 20 years, however many years, I want her to always be happy and know that she 100% has my support, and I'm always on her side. I just think that's what every parent wants for their child. And as long as her career, her life is legal, and she's happy doing whatever she's doing, then I'll support her and I'll be there for her. And that's really where I hope she is in 10 years. Did you imagine that you'd be a mom at the age that you became a mom? This is a good question. I had my daughter at 17, and as shocking as it sounds, yes, I knew I was gonna have a baby young, and that sounds crazy. And like it sounds crazy, but like I said, my best friend, I have been telling her since maybe like 7th grade that I was going to be a teen mom. Like, I don't know why. My pregnancy was not, like, 100... I didn't sit down with my boyfriend and be like, okay, we're having a baby right now. Like, it was just, like... I've always had a feeling. Like, I've genuinely always had a feeling in the back of my head that I was not going to get out of high school without having a child. And I don't know why. But, like, seriously, since the 6th or 7th grade, I've been telling my best friend that I was going to be a teen mom. I don't know what it was. I've always knew I was going to be a teen mom. And I also think that... I think that every single person walking the earth is destined to do something and be something, whether that's something legal, whether that's a criminal, whether that's an actress, whether that's whatever. I genuinely think that my purpose in life is to be a mom. Adopt kids, foster kids, have kids. I just genuinely think my purpose for living is to be a mother. And I've always felt like that. And so I just feel like, yeah, I 100% imagined I was going to be a mom this young. That might sound crazy to some people, but it's always been in the back of my head. Like I said, I wasn't like seeking a boyfriend and planning to get pregnant like purposely. I just always had a feeling that I was going to have a baby at this age. And I've been telling my best friend that for years. It was always in the back of my head. Okay. That's all the questions I'm going to ask for like the basic mom tag. Now I'm going to get into the questions that I've actually been asked on my channel and things. So the first question is, do you wish that you could go back to school? Or do you wish that your senior experience was normal like everybody else's? I can answer this question yes and no. Yes, I do wish I could have went back to school for a couple different reasons. As far as like our senior skit, like the first pep rally of the year, all the seniors, whatever senior class there is that year, they do a skit, and they're usually amazing and hilarious. So I've always looked forward to doing that since I was a freshman. So I wish I was there for that. Also the spirit stick, the seniors always win it, so I always look forward to being a senior so that we could win the spirit stick. I look forward to that. I look forward to the basketball and football games. So yeah, and that part of me definitely wishes I could have had the senior year experience that I always like planned to have. But another part of me is happy that I was not in school. Like I told you guys in many videos, when Zendaya was first born, that was gonna happen. When Zendaya was first born, about a month and a half after she was born, me and her father's relationship and my relationship with my parents, my relationship with a lot of my friends kind of reached a bad point, and I did things that I probably shouldn't have done, like verbally to other people, not like anybody in my life now, but like I've said some things to other people, and I genuinely believe that if I was in school when these things were happening, I would have gotten in so much trouble. Like if I was in school when in like November, December time period, I would have gotten in trouble. I would have gotten kicked out. I would have gotten arrested. I would have gotten like I would have been in a ton of trouble if I was in school while some of the major things that have happened over the past 8 months were happening. So that part of me is like, yes, I'm glad I was not in school because I didn't have the chance to react how I wanted to at the time. That would have gotten me in a lot of trouble. So one part of me is like, yes, I wish I was in school to like be able to participate in all the things I look forward to doing, but the other part of me is like, no, I'm glad I wasn't because of the drama that was happening in my life when Zendaya was first born. I would have just gotten in so much trouble. So both sides, I can say yes, I can say no, but obviously I'm not in school and I'm fine with my life now, so it is what it is. The next question is, before you had a baby with your boyfriend, did you guys discuss the major life differences that you guys might face in the future? I think I know what this question is asking. If we're talking about like if we talked about serious things when I was pregnant, then yes, we did. I feel like we did. Like I feel like the only serious thing that we did not talk about is where we wanted to live. That's definitely the one serious thing that we definitely need to still discuss. But as far as like the LGBT thing, when I got pregnant, the whole abortion, adoption, keep the baby thing, you know, me being a stay-at-home mom, the breastfeeding, like I definitely think we kind of did talk about and touch on a lot of the most important details in parenting ways that we want to raise her with. Like I said, the only thing that I feel like we did not discuss is where we want to live. That's obviously still up in the air right now. But other than that, I think we did touch base on a lot of the serious things that we needed to talk about when I was pregnant with her. And we agree on all of them, basically. So, yeah. The only thing that we did not talk about that we should have talked about before we had a baby was, or while I was pregnant, was where we were going to live. But other than that, I definitely think that we talked about everything we needed to talk about before we had her. Next question is, how did you come up with her name? I've answered this in another video also. I answered this in another video before, but I did not tell the truth. At the time I filmed this video, when people asked where I got her name from, I did say I didn't know. I just thought of it. That was a lie. And at the time, I did not think I was lying. I really could not think about where I got it at the time. But now that I have remembered, and I actually remember like where I got her name from, her name is from, this is going to sound so weird. I got her name from, my sister used to talk to this man whose daughter's name was Zendaya. Now, they spelled it the normal, I'm pretty sure he spelled it the normal way, like Zendaya. But he had so many cute nicknames for her, like Zendog and Zenny. And I was like, that is just so freaking cute. And I was like, Shayna, when I have a baby, if it's a girl, I'm naming her Zendaya. And like, I said it, and like, when I actually got pregnant and found out it was a girl, like, it just stuck. And I was like, I definitely want to name her Zendaya. But I wanted to spell it differently than the Zendaya, because that's like obviously like the normal way, like Zendaya, the famous girl, that's how you spell her name, that's how he spelled his daughter's name. I wanted to spell it differently, and I feel like her name is still spelt exactly how it sounds. It's Zendaeh, Zendaya, whatever. So, she's trying to stand up. So yeah, that's where I got her name from. The first time I answered this question, I really genuinely at the time did not remember where I got her name from. Like, I really forgot that's where I got it from. But my sister reminded me after she watched the video that I got it from her ex-fling's daughter is named Zendaya, and that's where I got it from. Because he just had so many freaking cute nicknames for her. Like, and I was like, this is so freaking cute. Like, I wanted to name her a name. And it wasn't Zendaya. I wanted to give her a name that I could call her Zenny. Because Zenny was, like, the cutest nickname for her. I don't call her Zenny now. I mean, I might when she gets older, but right now, Zenny kind of disappeared. But, my best friend calls her Zenny, but not me. But I wanted to name her something that I could call her Zenny. And I couldn't think of another name that I could call her that. So I was like, I have to go Zendaya. Like, Zendaya just has to be it. So, yeah. And then Amari, her middle name's Amari. It's Amaree. I have no idea where I got that from. I think it just came up. It was either Amari or Amore that I was going to name her, pick her middle name for. And I think we just liked Amari the best. I just don't know where I got that name from, though. So, yeah. That's where her name came from. That's how we got her name. And the last question I'm going to answer is, did you want a boy or a girl? Okay, this question might get a little tiny bit deep. So, I wanted a girl. I always wanted a girl first, number one, because, well, at first I didn't want a boy because I was like, I feel like the boy should be the oldest, like the protector of the family. My sister is the oldest out of all 4 kids, and she is a protector. Like, so I was like, I don't mind having a daughter first. When I thought my sister, since she was born first, I was like, I have no problem having a daughter first. But for the most part, this might sound kind of crazy, and I don't know how people are going to take this, but for the most part, I did not want a boy because I did not want to raise a black boy in the world today. And that's honest. I feel like the world treats black men, black boys so harshly, and I wasn't ready for that. I was not ready to have to teach my 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old son that he is going to be looked at as an animal, and he is going to be looked at as the bad race and a bad guy, and he's always going to be looked at as trouble. I was not ready to explain that to my son, and that's the God honest truth. I was not ready to face that reality of life. I was not ready to have to inherit that into my children. Obviously I know that there's problems with the black man in the world. I could address that. Like, my boyfriend's a black man, my dad's a black man, my brothers are mixed, so I can definitely address it. There's obviously problems surrounding the black male, black man, but I was just not ready to have to explain that whole conversation to my son, and that's just how it is. I know Zendaya is light, so she might not be seen as black, but my children are 75% black, 3/4 black, since their father's black and I'm half black. So I was just not ready to raise a son in this world we live in, and that's the truth. I didn't think I was strong enough for that, and of course, if I have a son one day, I obviously can't change that. Of course, if I had a son, I would 100% love him, 100% embrace him. I just personally, at 17 years old, I was not ready to have to explain to my son 5 years down the road, when I was only 22 years old, that black men are looked at as horrible people. And that's just the truth. Like I said, if I were to have a son, if she were to be a boy, if I have a son in 2 years, if I have a son in 10 years, I will obviously have to do what I have to do. But I just wasn't ready for that at the time. But yeah, that's it for my Q&A. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will try to get myself on a better filming schedule and a more strict filming schedule that I'm posting regularly. But yeah, that's all for this video. Leave your comments and questions down below, and also leave me video suggestions. If you guys are just interested in seeing Zendaya, then let me know. If you guys are interested in seeing things about me, then let me know. If you guys have any video suggestions, then definitely comment them down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Say bye. Say bye. Bye, guys.